capsule, guys. And I'm serious, if you want the perfect, and I do mean the perfect barista experience delivered home to you, you want our today's special. Because at the end of the day, not only is this, they are the pioneers when it comes to these single-serve brewing systems, but they are unique in every way. In fact, you can't even compare it to anybody else. Now that is the sound of happiness, my friends, because not only for the very first time are you getting the Vertuo, which by the way has sold out every single time that it's been here, but this new and enhanced, I'm not gonna bury the lead this time, I am doing a little frotha something because I love cappuccino. I love lattes. Do you know this is a $100 value on its own? We have an exclusive configuration. Not only do they work directly with the growers for sustainability, they put the DNA encoded in these specially and uniquely designed capsules. You are getting more of them. You're getting a $50 credit. A $50 credit. You're getting the coffee machine and the frother. Now remember, the frother is about a $100 value on its own. And then you are also getting your 10 pods, but then here's the big guns, folks. A $50 credit, like $50 of fun for you to find more espresso, or you like bold, or you like strong, or you like cappuccinos, or whatever floats your boat. That is $50 basically for you to spend at your leisure. You can even use it on their limited edition designs. And it is for this show and this show only until 12 midnight. So you just pick your color of choice. Hey, Kevin, do we have any more of the red? Because I know the red has been, okay. Okay, final 800 on that red, very, very limited. Then, and this is the gift that you give to yourself because it really is the barista experience at home, but then better. Because remember, the DNA is encoded on those unique and specially and specifically designed capsules. So we have that beautiful titanium, that wonderful silver, we're calling it graphite. So this is the graphite, there's the silver. The silver has more of like a, I guess I would say like, you know, those luxury automobiles. Well, they both have kind of a, well, it is luxury for sure, but there's your silver. Then we have our graphite. Classic black if you're not quite sure where to go. And it is this show and this show only. As Tina said, this is part of our 5-pay flex pay event, putting it in at $38 on your credit card with free shipping. We do have our extended holiday return policy as well. So you can get it, and I hope it's a gift experience for yourself. If you're sending it to anyone who is really addicted to their coffee drinks, there is nothing better. There is nothing finer. There is nothing that really compares to the Nespresso experience, and that's really true. Well, I gotta get her out here. I told her, my friend Carrie Miletto is here, and Carrie knows we just don't get the opportunity to do these often enough. And even when we do, because Nespresso is such a global leader, like we said, they are the pioneers, they are the originators. You know, they really not only invented this technology, they perfected it in such a way that to this point, no one else has been able to capture or duplicate. So they don't have to discount their products. The fact that we've got the lowest price and the $100 frother included, this is a big deal. And then the $50 credit, Carrie, bravo.
Thank you. We worked really hard to bring this to you right now. Back in May, when we had our smart deal, as you know, many companies were having issues with chips and having issues getting, you know, making inventory, making products. We were one of them. So we were able to put this together very last minute. And I'm so excited because we've never done a Today's Special. This is the end of it. If you've been watching all day and you've kind of been like, I don't know, I really want you to think about your coffee experience right now. I want you to think about, are you doing a pot of coffee? Do you have a single serve, but it's not that glamorous? In fact, it's quite lackluster. This is where you really want to listen in. And I tell you, this is where you want to take a chance because this is premium coffee drinking. This is the best of the cream of the crop when it comes to single serve. And we are the pioneers. We started in 1986. We created single serve with two things in mind. We wanted to give you convenience and we wanted to give you quality. So here is the coffee that just came out as Shannon was chatting. And look at this coffee for a second, and then we're gonna make some more really fun things. This is not a coffee that you can see through. If I'm back here, you can't see me. And that's because this is super rich. This is super amazing, deep, lots of notes, lots of character going on, and it has a crema. That you don't normally see in coffee because our signature is creating this crema. And in that crema is all the body and the nuances of this coffee that you're going to fold back in, and it's going to create an experience, I promise you, that you have never had before. And that is why we are at big resorts and big restaurants and famous places and all that sort of thing. And that's probably where a lot of people have first been introduced to us. And so now you can bring this home and have it for your very own anytime you want a perfect cup. And Shannon, you did a great job. I love that you say DNA because it kind of is. It's kind of the barcode that tells the machine what it's making. This machine makes 4 different sizes. So this is perfect if your household is a household that has one person that likes coffee and one person that likes espresso and one person that likes double espressos. Everyone's covered. This is going to make a coffee. So you can see this is a nice large one. So this is going to have enough for an 8-ounce cup of coffee. So I'm going to pop the capsule in. I'm going to push down. I'm going to turn and I'm going to press the button. Now this has a 15-second warm up. When I press it, it circulates around. It's called centrifusion. It reads the barcode. It then says, okay, 8-ounce cup of coffee, this much water, this much temperature, go. And in that matter of moments, we are already brewing. So if your morning is a little hectic or you had to fix the coffee pot the night before and you got grounds everywhere and you're trying to figure it all out, you know what's nice about this? You don't have to do anything but load the capsule and push a button.
It's true. Hey, Carrie, just because I wanted to get you out here right away, I do want you to see, in addition to the $50 capsule collection credit, so you can shop until you drop, you are also getting this. This is the box that I want. With all respect to the box of chocolates, this is the capsule collection I want. I mean, seriously, Carrie. I mean,
Yes.
this is what Mama wants. So this is your 12 coffee sampler pack, all those unique, DNA in the capsule. And then these are your coffee capsules. That's your 10 capsule selection. $50. Okay, so let me do some math here. So $50 capsule collection coupon, okay? That's money, have some fun. Dealer's choice, you can even use this toward their limited editions. I mean, that's $50 you get to spend, guys. Frother is another $100. That makes the machine, hello, that makes the machine basically the cost of like a couple lattes. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
It really does. And you have to understand, you get the extended holiday return policy. So you know what? You can get this at home. You can take it for a little test drive. One of the things, Carrie, that we talk about, and actually, Melissa, by the way, I love sweet Melissa. I don't mean to, there were a number of vacations. I told Melissa I don't get to see her often enough. She is so lovely, but she's very talented in the kitchen. But when it comes to espresso, there's tampering, okay, of course, now I'm trying to do this backwards, see? And then I just press the little button.
Oh yeah, it is hard. You gotta get used to doing it backwards.
I know, it's like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Ginger had the tough job, right? Because she had to do it all backwards. But if I were trying to do an espresso at home, and Carrie, we've talked about this, because I know you are so great in the kitchen too, but I gotta be honest, I don't get the whole tamper, pound, pack. Then you gotta froth. I mean, first of all,
I say then cry. Because
right?
If you do anything wrong in the process, you are not getting a good espresso. And I used to over-extract, under-extract. It was like a whole stressful situation. It's in the morning. I'm not even awake yet. So being able to just press a button and know that everything is doing the work for me, it's thinking for me, is fantastic. Here's that iced I just made. And by the way, it doesn't matter if it's December, January, and it's 30 degrees outside. We're going to love our iced drinks, right? So I made an iced latte over here. So I'm actually going to pull this just a moment early because what I want to show you is I can add this nice frothed milk. This kind of turns into, you guys are going to laugh at me. I said it's like, that beer that gets really frothy at the top and it's really thick and amazing and it's got all that body and we really, really like them. We know them. Irish people drink them. Look at how that kind of looks like one, but in coffee form. That's what this froth is like. That it really is so thick and creamy and delicious from our frother. But then you're also having that crema, which is creating this absolutely delicious iced coffee. You would spend $6, $7, $8, depends on how many shots you put in, to get one of these at the coffee shop. And the only reason why you're going to the coffee shop is because someone's doing it for you, because it's too hard to do it at home. And also, we love that feeling of feeling pampered. We love feeling like we're getting something. We go, I have a rough day. I go, I'm going to go get a latte. And it makes me feel better. Let your Nespresso machine be who's going to pamper you from now on. Let this be where you come when you've had a rough day. Let this be where you come when you feel like you need something pretty and delicious, because this is going to give you a sensory experience all the way through. Oh, Shannon, look at you pour that beautifully. That looks great.
Listen, go big
Oh, yeah.
or go home, sister, by the way. Got froth?
I love it. I love it.
Got froth? Got froth?
Got froth. Oh,
Yeah.
Shannon.
We got froth. I'm telling you. That's a froth of something right there. And now, here's, Carrie, the thing is, at a coffee shop, and I'm not being disrespectful, but you know too, everything is a la carte. So if you want soy milk, if you want almond milk,
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what you want, I mean, honestly, you could make this as fancy, schmancy as you want. If you have one of those little stencils for your coffee drink, you could put, you know, a little smiley face, a little heart. I mean, you can have some fun with it. You're doing the complete, and I mean the complete barista experience at home. And all you do is press a button. And then, you know what? She really kind of cleans up. Oh, look at that. She takes out the trash. She cleans up after herself. Don't you wish everything in your life did? But I mean, seriously, those capsules, I mean, you can see that they're even collected, which I think is genius. But here's the thing. Yeah. If you want to elevate your coffee drinking experience, and frankly, that's why it's so gratifying that we give you the $50 back for you to spend, the $50, I call it the capsule collection coupon, to spend on, you're gonna find things that you're like, you didn't even dream of, like, oh, I could get that, I could get that, I could get that, I could get that. But it elevates everything. And remember, with that extended holiday return policy, you're gonna get this and you'll never look back. And it's funny because I have heard every show host who has one of these say the same thing. I know Colleen talks about this a lot on the air. Bobby talks a lot about this on the air. The hardest thing to do is just to get you to try one. And then when you do, you're like, okay, I get it. Now I get it. So with that extended holiday return policy, remember, we are, you know, these are interest-free payments. Again, not to be disrespectful, but especially if, you know, around here, if you say, oh, I'm going to that fill-in-the-blank, you know, coffee shop, then you end up with like 4 or 5 different orders. So you are easily dropping a flex pay, you know, by the time you're going in there. So remember, now what you don't see here's what's interesting about that if purchased separately. We've got the lowest price in the nation. So the frother is about $100, okay? You do not see a value, which I think is weird, but you do not see a value on the $50. So you remember, you're getting the $50, oh, it's at the bottom. They put a little asterisk. They're probably thinking, well, you're already getting the deal. The $50 Nespresso coffee capsule collection, as I call it, voucher. Remember, you are also getting your 12 capsule coffee sampler and your 10 capsule coffee sampler as well. So the whole idea is, it is for this show, it is your final opportunity. If you don't love it, it's part of our 5-pay flex pay weekend. It is free shipping. The red, we have the final fewer than 800, and it really is a beautiful, brilliant red. You can see the difference in the silvers. So this is your silver, that's your graphite. And then we also have the classic black. And by the way, whether we're talking hot chocolate, I did and I will be posting the breakdown if you would like. I have my little cauldron classic, a little white hot chocolate that I used the Nespresso frother to do my frotha. There's Kel. Who is that masked woman with her droid, with her bot? Miss Thing. I know. She's here for a little something, something. It's true. So we're serving up the crew. And not only that, we've got yours as long as you are selecting it now. The big thing I think that people need to understand though, Carrie, is at the end of the day, you want perfection. And, you know, listen, we've all used, I think most people watching this show, whether it's at the office or at your house or whatever, people think these single serve brewers, and there's always something that's just, you know, kind of missing. It's like, oh, it's great, but dot, dot, dot. You know, it didn't have quite that same something, something that they do at the coffee shop. You know, that something, something that the barista did. This is better than the barista. I mean, it just is.
Yeah.
And the pioneers, the originators, they are one of a kind. It is the lowest price. It is your final show. It is your last opportunity. And you know what? With that extended holiday return policy, get it at home. You will use it. You will love it. And I will say, Carrie, it's so funny because here at HSN, this network, forget Andrew Lessman and his solar powered lights. This network runs on caffeine. This network runs on coffee. So
don't we all anymore?
Well, I was going to say, so nothing happens on the air or behind the scenes without some kind of, you know, caffeinated libation. And when it comes to perfection, couldn't be easier, couldn't be better, couldn't be, you know, more beautifully balanced. And that's the big thing about this, for the best price in America. And, you know, and the other thing about this too, Carrie, is, and that's why I can keep popping these in. In fact, you know, which is the, I'm gonna see, oh, this looks like a hazelnut. You know what's so fun? Oh, this is like a Blanco, or Bianco. That one's gonna be a little bit lighter. So we'll try something a little bit lighter. Oh, yeah. Look at that, sorry. Lost one on a flag on the play. She got a little ahead of herself.
While you're making that one, I want to show you something really incredible before I lose it, because I made this espresso here, and I want to show you, and just pressing a button, I made a perfect espresso. But if you're entertaining this holiday season, we're finally getting back together with family. Take some vanilla ice cream, pour it in a martini glass, and then just take this espresso and pour it on top. In just a matter of those few seconds, I made what's called an affogato. I can tell you right now, if you go to some different ice cream places and coffee places, they'll charge you $6 for this every single time. It's vanilla ice cream and a shot of espresso. You can do this with your Nespresso machine in moments, just like I did. Putting it in that glass just elevates it, so it makes it look really beautiful. You will wow your guests. This is a really romantic thing to do after a nice dinner with your significant other as well. So that is one of the many things and the many ways that you can really use this during the holidays to kind of amp up, you know, how you're serving. And everyone can help themselves because the capsules are clean. Love, Shannon, how you talked about how it went into the canister. Absolutely. It's super simple to clean up. You're not going to have grinds everywhere. You're not going to have a mess everywhere. It's really clean and nice to have out. But, you know, I'm going to make a coffee and go sit down so we can chat for a minute. And I want to see what you just made. What did you got? What do you got there?
Okay, I'm living dangerously. It looks like I made an espresso. I know. People are a little afraid for me, or perhaps they're afraid for themselves, because I have a tendency to be pretty high energy anyway. Kelsey, you enjoying your little something, something? Indeed, she says. You're welcome to have one of my little mummy cup cookies if you want. You know, I'm sharing with the class. By the way, if you find and like me at Facebook, my little witch's brew, my little cauldron classic, I did a white hot chocolate. So just, you know, melt a few of your, you know, white chocolate chips with some milk and some green food coloring in the microwave, and then frotha something, something. You can add a little green food coloring to your milk, and then, because you are getting the $100 frother with your Nespresso, I mean, that's why I say, you know, cappuccinos or lattes or, you know, white hot chocolate. 'Tis the season for sure. You cannot mess it up. And like I said, unlike maybe other people in your life, she cleans up after herself. So no matter what your brew is, Halloween or otherwise, you will absolutely love this. And for $38 on your credit card, remember it's part of our 5-pay flex pay weekend, absolutely get it at home. And you know, it's interesting, Carrie, we keep saying this, the hardest thing to do is to just get people to try this at home for themselves. Because once you try it, we gotcha. I mean, seriously. And by the way, that's at the regular price. So remember, it's the first and only today's special for the rest of the year. But moreover, they don't have to discount this brand. They just don't, because they're the first and the last, like Ricky Bobby would say. So they are the pioneers in this technology, but that's almost not fair to say, because when we talk about single serve brewing, no one, even to this day, I keep calling it the DNA in the capsule, where you have to understand, that's why you can't screw it up. Because every one of them has their unique little fingerprint, like their own little encoding. And you know, so it's really 2- or 3-fold, Carrie. So you can't screw it up because of the unique capsule design. But then Nespresso works with the coffee farms. They work with the brewers. They ensure that from the birth of the capsule to the birth of the bean and everything in between, you are getting absolute perfection. And that's why it's really not fair to even, you know, compare it to anything else, just because Nespresso is so unique and so head and shoulders above what they do in this category. It's really hard to compare this even at the higher price to anything else, isn't it?
You said it when you said once you get this home, that'll be it. I've given machines to friends and family as gifts and things like that plenty of times. And what happens is I wait. So I give the gift and then I wait to hear back from them. And usually the friends will be like, oh my gosh, that's usually what comes back. I love this. Why didn't I have this sooner? It's all those things. And we have things in our life that we felt that way about, that once we did it and we got it and we go, oh man, what was I doing before? That's how you're going to feel. I wanted to just sit down with you for a moment, talk about the coffees. This is my favorite. This is a double espresso scuro. So this is like, it's creamy, but it's very robust. So it's got like a lot of strong, it's up there if you like a really dark roast. And in the mornings, I love that double espresso just punch. And so that's where you can find me most mornings, is standing in front of the machine right about here, because you smell it as it's brewing, then you see it as it's beautiful, and then you drink it. So this is all about elevating your coffee experience. There are 34 different blends in the system. We haven't talked a ton about that. I want to talk about that because the machine could be beautiful, and they are beautiful, and we could tell you a million things about how great it is, but if you don't say to yourself, I need to try this, and you don't understand why the coffees are premium, it doesn't matter. So we are coffee specialists. We have coffee specialists that go out, and as Shannon was telling you, we are boots on the ground at the farms, helping them cultivate, helping them come up with the blends and the beans. We bring those beans back, premium beans only, from across the globe. 110,000 farmers that we work with. We also make sure that these capsules are fully recyclable. So if a reason that you've been holding off for doing single serve is because previously, yes, if you don't have aluminum capsules and they're not recyclable, single serve is a little hard on it's not sustainable. And so what's nice about this is aluminum, fully 100% recyclable. We will even give you a prepaid postage bag to send them back to us for free. We use the coffee for topsoil and compost. We take the aluminum, we reuse them in capsules, or we will actually make things out of them. We actually just made a bicycle out of 300 capsules, makes a bicycle. So I think that's pretty exciting to know that you've enjoyed your coffee, but then your capsule went on to make some other things. And so for that reason, I want you to understand that we are worlds apart from anyone else. Those 34 blends, consistently growing, and we have limited editions. Like right now there's gingerbread, and we have peppermint pinwheel and gingerbread. We're finishing up on pumpkin spice, but this coffee credit is huge. Nowhere else are you going to get that. Once you get the machine home, I want you to call us the first time. The way that you order your capsules moving forward after you've gotten through the 22 that you're getting home is you're going to call us. You're going to go on Nespresso.com, or you're going to use our app. And the first time I say call, because I want you to make sure all your questions are answered. And we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to answer those questions. So if it's as simple as, I don't understand something about my machine, or how do I use this coffee credit, they will help you and they will guide you through it. Do not forget that this is in the box. It is worth $50 in coffee. So when you make your order, and that for most people, if you're drinking about one coffee, it depends on what you're doing, espresso coffee and things like that, you're talking at least a month, almost maybe 2 months of coffee out of this voucher. So don't forget to get that. I want to show you how easy it is to make a cappuccino. So remember, this frother is one button. So I'm gonna press it, it's gonna go red. This is doing a hot froth. If I hold it down for 3 seconds, it's gonna do a cold froth. So if you love cold foam cappuccinos or anything like that, or you wanna do an iced coffee, just hold it down for 3 seconds and it won't heat the milk up. It'll just froth it. So we're gonna froth that milk as I'm talking. You are getting Odacio. You are getting the sample pack with the 12, beautiful, and I love it. It does look like a box of chocolates, but it is so much better, Shannon. And you're getting that as well. And you're just picking your color of machine. So the piano black's over here, the red, I knew that that would probably be the first one to go because everyone loves that pop of color in their kitchen. This is the I almost said granite, but it's graphite. And then the silver, I want to tell you, don't discount silver. This is a very beautiful silver. It's not like those dull silvers. It's got like a kind of a sparkle to it. So whichever machine you get, they look beautiful on the counter. They're only 11 pounds, so they are movable. P.S. I am the person that brings my machine with me. If you want to talk about what happens after you have your machine, you take it places with you because you want to make sure you have your Nespresso. So I'm going to pull this just a moment early because I just want to show you this beautiful cappuccino. Even just a moment early, and it only takes about 60 seconds. That just poured awesome. So this looks really, you see all the little dots and all the little air in there, so it gets it perfectly. That's why it's called the Aeroccino. I'm gonna pop up here. We're then gonna walk over to, oh, there it is. I was like, where's my capsule? So here I'm gonna use an espresso capsule. See the difference between espresso and this is a half calf? Do you see how much the difference is? That is important. Most single serves on the marketplace give you the same pod or the same cup, and they just say, oh, choose whatever size you want. There's not more bean in there. So all you're doing is watering down what's in there. This machine's intelligent. It knows we add the right amount of beans, the right heat, and the right amount of water to get you the perfect extraction, to get you the perfect taste. I'm making a cappuccino right now and I ain't sweating. I'm not doing anything. I'm talking to you. And that's how it should be, because when you're at home, you're busy. Maybe you're working from home right now and you want something to kind of perk you up at that halfway morning period. Maybe it's just the morning's just so hard and you just say, I just want to push a button and be done with it. You saw me froth the milk, super easy, one button. You saw me put the capsule in, I pushed it, one button. Look at those layers. Look how perfect this is. I'm going to pop just a little bit of cinnamon on top. This would cost me how much at the coffee store? So I'm done. This is a beautiful cappuccino. So remember, do your milk first, put your coffee in second, and you can make cappuccinos. You can make lattes. You can make espressos. You can make 8-ounce cup of coffee. You can make everything. Remember, 4 sizes in one machine. This is what it's all about.
You can indeed. And again, you cannot mess it up. I mean, seriously, you can't mess it up. You turn the little thing, you put your little capsule. Oh. Unless you don't put the cup underneath the brewer. That would be the only recommendation that I would make. So that's the only mistake that you can make, right, Melissa? See, we always play Shannon pantomime on the set. Oh, what? Look, she's waving. No, you're doing something wrong. She's not waving. You're doing something wrong. Tina, I got that a lot in school. And
well,
I
think I stole your cup. I think that's, I think this is said cup that should have been underneath there. I slipped in and got whatever you were brewing for me. Have we already called this mommy fuel? Because if you have anybody in your life that has children of any age, coffee is what fuels us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is a gift that just keeps on giving. You cannot function without it. And the froth, Shannon, I would think that you just made this with love and tears and sweat, and you frothed it for me, but you pushed a button.
I did. I worked really hard. I'm not even sure if that counted as like a step on my Fitbit. I don't think I even it didn't even register.
But the energy you get from said coffee, do you know that Shannon, I called her before the show, I said, what are you doing? She's like, I'm making drinks, cookies, running on my treadmill, getting in the shower and coming in. I was like, oh, I'm just over here hanging out. Shannon, is this how you do so much? Is it the coffee?
Listen, it's all done with smoke and mirrors and Nespresso.
No. This is amazing.
I know, right?
Carrie.
It's like, we wait for these days. Oh, now that is the sound of happiness right there, my friends. And then, because I got my frotha, my something, Look, Ma, it's done. Now, by the way, that is beautifully blended, and that's before we even add the frother. Now, the frother is a $100 value. The $50 capsule collection coupon, remember, included with your purchase. Carrie, I gotta tell you, we wait for these days. We love you. I have to say, we have to thank Nespresso, though. I'll get a little fancy, I'll use a spoon, but just so you can see how beautifully whipped that is. Nespresso does not have to discount their products, and I guess we're eliminating the evidence, because this is our final opportunity. Well, you're all caffeinated. What are you gonna do with the rest? Now you've got the rest of Halloween for lots of tricks or treats. Which one?
And then for the rest of the night, and I'm gonna do like 100 things really fast.
Carrie's like, I'm gonna clean the house, then I'm gonna wax my car, then I'm gonna caulk a tub, then I'm gonna build a shed.
I'm gonna bake a cake. Yeah.
Have a coffee.
But first I'm gonna drink this.
All right, well, you have been so lovely. Always an amazing job. Carrie, thank you, and thank Nespresso for us. I mean, really an awesome job today. Thank you, Carrie. Okay, final call on that red. Remember, we only have, I think, Kevin, you said 600 or 700, give or take, you know, around that ballpark. Just so everybody understands, so that today's special, you could probably guess, that price goes away at midnight. You could also ask about our Protection Plus plan on any of your